Hey, what's up guys? It's Jmann here with Power Rangers Site, bringing you another video review, this time of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. As always, because I love these boxes, we're just going to do a quick little 360. Notice how pretty the box looks. But let's go ahead and crack her open and gaze upon the plastic beneath. So out of the box, one of the first things that you'll notice is that the sculpt is much more realistically proportioned than the figures we used to got from Bandai of America. This looks like an actual human, and not some weird Jessica Rabbit hybrid. And speaking of that sculpt, it's very simple, since this is a very simple design. The helmet looks great, and the morpher is pretty detailed as well. In fact, there are really only two things about the look of the figure that kind of bug me. The first is that the torso appears to be a slightly different shade of pink than the rest of the figure. It's not super noticeable, but once I noticed it, I can't unnotice it. However, one thing that does bug me... Oh! Ah, so close! Ugh! Ah, there's just something about them not connecting perfectly that just... Whoa! But hey, let's take a look at the articulation. So the Pink Ranger has similar articulation to the rest of the Lightning Collection, but there are some modifications because of her more slender proportions. She still has ball-jointed head, on a swivel, shoulders that go up and down, full 360, as well as in and out. The biggest departure is that there is no bicep swivel, but there is a single-jointed elbow that spins. Swivel wrists, on hinges, ball-jointed chest, ab crunch. The skirt is very flexible, so you don't lose any articulation there, because you do have ball-jointed hips, thigh swivel, double-jointed knees, a boot cut, and ankles. And moving right along, let's take a look at the accessories. The Pink Ranger comes with two sets of hands, a fist, a karate chop in hand, grippy hands, a blade blaster, the power bow, an arrow, and a pink laser arrow effects thingy. She also comes with a Kimberly head. Of course, to me this looks more like the Kimberly from Boom Comics and less like Amy Jo Johnson, but I'm just fine with that. No offense to Amy Jo, I love her to death, but I also really like the Boom Comics. I should also mention that the power bow is the exact same one that came in the SDCC Armored Red Ranger and Gold Zeo Ranger 2-pack. So this basically confirms that you will be able to combine the weapons to create the power cannon. So if you did miss out on that 2-pack, that's at least one part that you'll definitely be able to collect. Okay, so now I have to bring up something that's really weird. I'm pretty sure that Hasbro molded her hands backwards. Now, let me explain. Kimberly is right-handed, so whenever she fires off her bow in the show, she is of course holding the bow with her left hand and the arrow with her right, because that's how archery works. And of course, all of the press photos of this action figure show her holding the bow with her left hand and all the arrows and stuff with her right hand. The problem is that the hands don't quite fit. You'll notice that her left grippy hand looks awkward for bow holding, and the right hand doesn't quite fit into the sockets of the arrows. In fact, the right hand's inside is square and fits the power bow perfectly. Moving back to the left hand, you'll see that it has notches that perfectly correlate to the effects part, and a notch where the arrow goes. So for whatever reason, they molded the figure to be left-handed, and they either didn't realize this, or they realized it, didn't fix it, and just sent out all of the press photos and released it as is. I mean, just doing the bare minimum research, you can clearly see how she's supposed to shoot her arrows. And it's these little inconsistencies that are really kind of annoying me. Like, I had a problem with the Armored Red Ranger because he had a silver morpher. Whereas in the show, as soon as the Red Ranger got the Dragon Dagger and the Dragon Shield, whenever he was morphed, his belt buckle was golden, just like the Green Ranger's was. So, I mean, these little things aren't really huge, but they're starting to stack up. And so Hasbro really needs to take note here. I mean, when you have a property like Power Rangers, the fans tend to be picky, and I'm no exception. So, bottom line, should you get this figure? I say yes. It's a great toy. It looks good, it has great articulation, the proportions are great, it's fun to play with. It just has a few weird inconsistencies that I just don't care for. And who knows, maybe somewhere down the line, Hasbro will figure out a way to sneak in the right hands with a different figure so you could swap them out or something. Who knows? I certainly don't. But anyway, this has been Jmann. Be sure to check out PowerRanger.com, follow us on the Twitters, and be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe if you want, or don't do any of it. That's fine. And I will catch you guys in the next video.